Hi everyone, this is Kiki Halbert. I'm here to show you a Graphics 45 altered art box with mini album. This was made with the Scrappin' with Flair's July kit, which features the basic gray plumeria line. And this month, Scrappin' with Flair is doing things a little bit differently. We have a collection kit that includes some wonderful 12 by 12 papers and 6 by 6 paper pad, as well as other flowers and lace and additional items. And there's also an add-on kit this month. So at the end of the video, I will link you up with Scrappin' with Flair's blog so that you can take a look at the actual pictures of the kit and the add-on. And I'll also be posting them on my blog, and you can see the address down at the bottom of the screen here for YouTube. So I thought I would just take you through the box and show you what I did, and along the way I'll show you what came with the kit. And I've thrown in a couple little things from my private stash, but for the most part this is a box that's made entirely from the basic gray plumeria line and the kit from Scrappin' with Flair and the add-ons. So let's get started. This is the cover, and the box actually opens. It's closed with a magnetic shut that's just over here on this side. So what I did for the box to start is I distressed the box with some Brush Sage by Tim Holtz, the distress ink. And so I distressed all of the chipboard first. And then I decided that I was going to use this pretty yellow paper for the outside of the box and the cover as well. I thought it gave it kind of a weathered wood sort of look, and so that's how I got started. So I've lined the front cover with the yellow paper, and then what I've also done is I've cut out 2 corners from one of the 6 by 6 papers. And you'll see that it's this beautiful bohemian chic sort of print. So what I decided to do was actually fussy cut the corners out, because the papers are 6 by 6 and this box is 4 by 4 actually. So I did both corners and then glued those down onto the yellow paper. And then I've used these beautiful gardenias from I Am Roses that are from Scrappin' with Flair, and these little purple sort of pansy flowers as well. And I just added a little touch of bling with some of the flat back pearls. So when I open it up, you'll see this beautiful paper. I'll hold it up close so that you can see it. It's this beautiful print, this damask, and it's just lovely. I love this collection from Basic Gray. So I decided to just keep this simple so that someone can use this as a photo mat, or add something pretty and maybe some memorabilia inside. On the inside of the cover, I just lined it with the navy paper, and it's got some touches of purple in it, you'll see. And then that 6 by 6 paper that I had, well, I decided to use some of it and put it into this section here. And so this can be used as a photo mat for a couple of small photos. So now when I open it up, you'll see the inside. So I left this fairly simple because people can use it as a photo mat with journaling and place it wherever they thought they'd like to see that. And then I left the navy paper here for a photo mat. And then inside the box is the mini. So let me just pull this out, and I will show you the inside of the box first that I've done. So I did the inside in this pretty pattern, and there's a little polka dot pattern to match that's inside here. And so I just made sure that I lined everything with the bundled sage so that it would all be cohesive. So that's the box. So I'm just going to put that over here, and let me take you through the mini. So here's one of those papers I was telling you about for the 6 by 6, and of course I had to cut them down. This is an accordion journal, or an accordion mini, and it's 4x4, and it's really easy to work with. I really enjoyed playing with this. So let me just show you what I put down. I decided to leave this blank. So this is just one of the chipboard, or it's not chipboard, it's cardstock tags from the kit that Basic Gray has. The kit comes with a variety of tags and transparencies, and you'll see the cut rickrack as well as included from Basic Gray. And so I decided to use that on the front so that I can put the title later, or if somebody wants to use this for a little photo album, they can do that later. And I used one of these beautiful I Am Roses gardenias again with the little purple flowers. I thought that was really cute. So I just kind of left it plain. It's sort of an understated elegance, and I kind of, I really wanted to make sure that this damask print over here didn't get lost in too much fluff. So the first page, I lined all the inside pages with some of the 6x6 paper. And what I did as well is the kit comes with, of course, the collection, the Basic Gray Plumeria collection. And collections always come with a cover sheet to show you a variety of the papers, especially if it's packaged in an envelope. Don't waste that paper. Make sure that you keep it, because this is what I've done with it. I've just cut out those little squares that showed off samples of the papers in the collection, and then I rounded the corners and inked the edges and used it for tags inside the mini. So this one here has that beautiful damask print that I was showing you earlier, and what I've done is I've just tied it with some trim for my stash, and I used the journal stamp on the back in Dusty Concord just to give it a journal spot there in the back. And then on this side, what I've done is I've got a little double spot. So this has got a little journal spot here underneath, and 2 spots for photos. And you can also journal on this side if you want to as well. So there's lots of journaling spots. My little scraps of paper I decided to use with my memory box dies, and those are dies that are available at Scrappin' with Flair. And so I decided to use, I have one that gives me tiny flowers and cherry blossoms. And so I used both of them. And so I've just put them together with a brad to put these tags together. Okay. And then on to the next page, we have the page Simply Darling. And I really love these transparencies. It's the first time I've ever worked with them. I just used some double-sided tape or some glue dots to put them down, and I decided to use this as a pocket. So here again, what I've done is I've taken some of those little pieces of paper, once again from the cover, and I've just cut off the top using a nice punch, inked around the edges, and then I've distressed the back with some bundled sage for a journal spot. And so I've got a little tag that I made out of something that normally would have gone in the garbage. So make sure that you keep those little scraps and cut out all the little pieces, because you never know how you can use them. This is, again, a sample of one of the papers, the 12x12 papers, that was cut from the front of the collection. And I just put it through a pretty punch and distressed the back, and so now I have a pretty tag that can go inside my mini. The next page, what I did is I decided to create a pocket here, and again I used a cutout from that damask print and put it down, and here you'll see these little cherry blossoms. What I did is I glued some of them together with a flat back pearl just to give me something that would stop my tags from slipping out of my mini. So you just pop that out like that, and there's one of the tags that comes from Basic Gray. And so what I did is I just distressed the other side in lilac, and I edged it with some, I don't know if you're going to pick this up on camera, with some stickles. So it's got a little bit of sparkle. There we go. And then I decided to use one of their transparencies again for a pocket, so that someone can slide a little circular photo in there, or they can keep some memorabilia in there. And then I'll just put that under my little cherry blossom. And then this is a tag that comes with the kit by Basic Gray. And so that there's the journal spot. And what I did is I just distressed the back with bundled sage again for use as a photo spot or more journaling. And then just to make the page a little prettier, I cut out one of these dies. You see all the stickles on there. It's all in the diamond white stickles. And this was some of the sage-colored cardstock that comes with the kit. And so I just ran it through with my fern leaf memory box die just to give it a little something on that page. So that's, whoops, I think I'm caught in the transparency in the back here. There we go. So that's just that page there. So that's, again, another couple of spots to put some photos in journal. And on the next page, I just used one of the tags that comes with the kit by Basic Gray. And again, here's one of those little cutout pieces. This one here is just one of the little cherry blossoms. And I put some stickles down on it just to give a little shine. And I used a lot of the little flowers just for little spots to pull up the tags. So this is a little tag by Basic Gray. And I just used the flat back pearl, and there's one of my little miniature cherry blossoms or flowers on the back, and I distressed this with some of the lilac and the brush sage as well. And then for this tag, this paper was mostly yellow. I'm just going to see, this is from this paper here, so it's this kind of mustard yellow. And what I decided to do was just to ink it up with some Dusty Concord to make it more purple with the mustard. And I used one of my little cherry blossoms again with some fiber from my stash. And I used the Dusty Concord on the back with a contrasting cherry blossom just for another photo spot and journaling spot. And then onto the back side. This is a flower that comes with the kit, and I just used the flat back pearl, and I just kind of edged it around the side and distressed it a little. I added some of the lace that comes with the kit as well, another little cherry blossom, and then I created some tags. And on here you'll see these are actually inked on flowers. So let me just show you how I did that. And this is a tip for you. When you use your dies, oftentimes you end up with these beautiful little pieces left over that can be used as stencils. And so that's what I did, is for this particular one, I had another piece of paper where I had cut out some flowers from it, and I just used it, put it down and used it as a stencil, and went down with a sponge and some Dusty Concord Distress ink. And I got my stamped flowers then, and I just put some little flat back pearls on there. But this pretty paper, I used it, you'll see I used it for 5 flowers. I'm going to keep it and use it on another layout or something, because against the contrasting paper like the navy paper, this would look really pretty and provide some really interesting texture for a layout. So I'm going to keep that and set that aside. So for this one here, this is another Basic Gray tag. I just used again a little flower and some trim. And I distressed the back with lilac. And then I created a flip out. This is a little, I just took two of the papers and I put them together with some washi tape, and I used again one of the transparencies from Basic Gray so that someone can slide a little photo in there, journal on this side, and if they want to, they can use the front for a photo mat as well and journal on the back as well. And that just tucks in there as well. And then on to my favorite page of all. This one is by far my favorite. I created a tip out folder here. And you can actually use this as a pocket if you want to. So if I had a tag, I could kind of tuck another little tag in there. What I did is I just punched the edges. This is a piece of the 6x6 card paper. And I just distress the other side so that they can use it as a journal spot or a photo mat. This is one of the card paper tags that comes from Basic Gray. And this is just a little cherry blossom flower. I just used 3 of the little flowers and inked the edges and put a little silver brad through. just to give this tip in something to stick under so that it stays shut. Okay, so that's that. And I also created this this card tag. I created a pocket from, and I just used some more of that paper, and I used my circle punch to just cut out some edges and create a tag with it. And then I used some of that pretty damask paper for the cherry blossom, some pretty glittery trim, and then distressed the back and just hid that little part of the brad there with a little cherry blossom again. And there's another one of the leaves that I've cut out with the dies. So that's by far my favorite page, I think, out of this whole album. And then on to the last page. Let me just tuck that under. There we go. On to the last page. So this page has some pretty plaid, and I decided to use some of this funky orange paper for a pocket. And again, from the front of the collection paper, I just cut out one of the roses that was at the bottom of the page, and I stuck down some of my little flowers that I cut out with my memory box die, put some little flat back pearls on. And then here's a tip for you as well. I created 2 tags from some leftover paper. And you'll see that this one, it looks like it's striped. Well, what I did, these papers were the same, but they were different leftovers from doing some of the papers for the mini. And so what I did is I just stuck them to some white cardstock using some glue, and just lined them up so they were edged against each other, and then I just cut it out and created tags from it. So this one here has the paper going that direction, and then it changes here, and then it's the opposite on this side. I have it down at the bottom, and then the polka dots here. And so on this side here, I did some clear embossing of the same print here, and of course distressed the backs of those. So that's the mini. And I have to say, I really had fun with this. I hope that you'll visit Scrappin' with Flair to pick up your own Scrappin' with Flair July kit and add-on. There are some wonderful pieces for this month. There's beautiful transparencies that come with the kit, lots of lovely lace and bling and charms, and so much that you can take advantage of. So visit their website for sure and get going on your own box, and have fun with this. I'm going to be back with more for Scrappin' with Flair, and I think what I'm going to do next is work on a layout, so look for that. If you liked my little project, please let me know. Leave me a comment or visit my blog and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So thanks for joining me, and I hope that you'll get over to Scrappin' with Flair, pick up the kit, and have fun of your own with the lovely Graphics 45 Altered Art Box. Thanks again, and have a great week.